fellow collectors, Shuki here with a review of the Lupinranger vs. Patranger DX VS Changer. So, this came in two variations, because this is the first time we've had one Sentai season with two different Sentai that are basically kind of working together, but still battling each other at the same time. It's a really cool concept that I'm very much looking forward to checking out as more episodes roll out. Currently, at the time of this recording, we have one episode, with the second one airing very, very soon, but really cool. I like the premise, I love the suits, I like the gear, I like the mecha so far. Everything looks really cool, but I digress. Like I said, this is available in two different versions. Over here, you have the DX VS Changer Patren Ichigo set, and this includes the VS Changer itself as well as the Trigger Machine Ichigo, or Trigger Machine 1. Ichigo means 1. Together in a set, you can buy the Trigger Machine Ichigo separately, if you so want, or if you get this set over here, the VS Changer Lupin Red Set, which includes the VS Changer as well as the Red Dial Fighter. So, depending on which one you get, you can buy the other mecha component separately, so you don't have to worry about missing anything, and you don't have to get both VS Changers, so they're exactly the same. So don't worry about that. They are identical. But yeah, the little pieces that come in here are actually the mecha components for the season. So the collectible gimmick is the mecha, and that's something I really enjoyed about ToQger, and I'm looking forward to it in this line as well. So if you buy this set, you can buy Trigger Machine Ichigo separately. If you buy this set, you can buy the Red Dial Fighter separately, so you're not missing out on anything. So this did release in February 2018 for about 4,200 yen or so, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up. So for a changer and a mecha component, that's not too bad. These are about 1,500 yen or so on their own. So pretty cool. And if you're wondering why I have both, one of these can be yours. And details of that will be at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get one of these open and take a look. Alright, real quick before we begin, included was a little preview card for the Super Sentai Data Card-ass system. You can see the arcade cabinet right here. So much like Gamba Rising is a card-ass system game, Sentai's going to have its own version after Daiso ended, I think back right in the middle of Kyoryuger, I think it ended. So Sentai's finally getting their chance at another card game system arcade thingy, which is pretty cool. So there's a QR code up there if anyone can get it to do anything special. But I dig that. So both sets come with the same preview card, P003. So pretty neat cards, yay! But back to this. So I ended up opening the Lupin set just because I currently like them more because planes are cool and it's got a little dial on it and stuff like that. That's really it. So this is actually the individual release of the Trigger Machine Ichigo, but we'll take a look at more details on this guy momentarily. But let's go ahead and take a look at the VS Changer itself. So, pretty nice size, roughly the same size as the Gabu Revolver or any of the other cool, bigger Sentai guns. So, it does feel nice in the hand. I wish the handle was a little bit longer. I didn't have this problem with the Gabu Revolver as much, but the way that this one is shaped doesn't quite fit my hand comfortably, and I have pretty small hands. So, if you got larger hands, you're probably going to be holding it kind of like this, or something like that. So, keep that in mind, but it's the perfect size for kids, and that's what it's meant to be held by. So, there's that. It looks pretty cool. White, orange, black, and red being the main colors in this thing, which is pretty cool, and it does look neat. I will give it that. This kind of emulates a parking space or a airplane runway, which is really cool given how these slide in. So that is neat. One thing I could have done without is this. I'm not a huge fan of this lever thingy on the back. This is basically the unlocking mechanism for this to turn. And so like I kind of wish, because you slide them in like this, I kind of wish it was a button like here or something that allowed it to slide. Or when you slid it in, it unlocked it or something like that. I don't really know. To get them out, you just press this black button. and they will slide right out. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the of this thing, but I don't know. Not much you can do about it. But still, other than that, a pretty cool changer in my opinion. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn it on. We do have LEDs up front here. This whole system kind of lights up, and if you press the trigger down here, generic laser firing noise, so not much you can do. If you hold the button down, nothing exciting happens. If you press this and rotate it with nothing in it, nothing will happen. You still get like kind of the detransformation sound when you do that, but other than that, it doesn't do anything different. It is the same exact sounds. And one thing to note, which is kind of cool that I just actually noticed, is over here, it's upside down right now, but you have the Patranger logo, and then down here you have the Lupin Ranger logo. So that's actually pretty cool. I dig that. Did not notice that until right now. So that is all of the VS Changer functions on its own. Here's a quick look at the red dial fighter right here. So nothing too crazy, but it does look really cool. I love the way that this jet looks. And it's a nice sizable toy too. Probably about roughly the size of like a deluxe class Transformer or something like that. So I dig it. It's got the rail system, so we're using both series rather are using the rail system for their toys right now. 005 is a number on here. I'm not sure what the upper number is. The 2411719. Not sure what that is, but hey. Connector port for the mecha. So basically, if you turn the dial the right way, this will fold down, and then you just kind of fold until you see his head. This will fold up, and there you have the mecha mode for the red dial fighter, and this will plug right into a port on Good Striker, and it'll be the chest piece for Lupin Kaiser. So, pretty neat. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of mix and match with these, so you can't like put blue in the middle and put red as an arm or anything like that, because he's the only one with the head. But still a pretty cool looking mecha, I think, and we'll take a look at that when Good Striker releases in March. But that is about it for the red dial fighter. So one thing I forgot to show, the red trigger machine's attack mode is actually this. Like, it folds down, and apparently that's like a cannon or something in there, so it's just like, that's not aerodynamic at all. One of the kind of worse looking attack modes of this group. But the trigger machine Ichigo's attack mode, you just pull the trigger right here, hence the trigger machine. This part will swing open, and this is the attack mode. This wheel thingy does damage, I guess. So as you roll it, this wheel will spin because it's connected to the front wheel right there, as you can see. So yeah, not a thrilling attack mode, but hey, it is what it is. The red ones seem to have gotten the shaft in terms of attack modes. But you can fold that down, and that will be the Pat Kaiser body piece. Again, that port will just go right into Good Striker. Pretty cool. I love that head sculpt. Looks really neat. We'll revisit that when Good Striker comes out. But fold that up, push it in, and we're back to the normal mode. So there you go. There is our two transformation items and mecha pieces for this series, which again is something I find really cool. So as I said earlier in the video, you can buy the red dial fighter or the trigger machine Ichigo separately depending on which version of the VS Changer you purchased. So don't have to worry about missing anything. So pretty cool. Alright, so now that we have that, let's actually take a look at the transformation functions of this thing. So we'll start with the red dial fighter, because one, this is the Lupin Ranger set that I opened, and two, they're first in the title, so it only seems fair. Plus, we see them transform first, so they get a lot of firsts. You just take the red dial fighter and slide it through right here. And for the dial fighters, we're going to turn the dial. Hold this down back here. Twist it up. And press the trigger. Very angelic. I like it. Very fitting of the Phantom Thief Sentai, but also a very generic transformation. When you insert it, you'll hear the red, and you turn the dial, and you don't have to be specific on these. As you can see right now, maybe I'm between 5 and 6, and it said 0, 1, 0. So you don't have to actually worry about what number it's on. Once you hit a certain spot on the dial, it'll bring a little peg down on the underside of this thing, and it'll hit a button on the VS changer, which will signify that you're turning the dial. So that's really all it does. It's nothing, you don't need to be precise or anything, so don't worry about that. But now that we're transformed, we get a different firing noise, which is pretty cool. And plus we have a plane with a top hat safe dial on it, which is pretty cool. So that is it for that. There is a dial fighter summoning sound in here, and how you do that is you press it down, twist it. I love that. And so now we have the red dial fighter all larged and able to be rode in and stuff like that. And yes, that was the air horn, because that's in this toy, and it's kind of magical. But I digress. That is it. Like, there's not a lot of fanfare or anything like that, because it's just a summoning noise, and there's no final attack functions or anything like that with this toy by itself. Once we get the good striker, which will make our mecha, that will be able to clip into the VS changer, and that is what's gonna give us our final attack functions for the Lupin Rangers and the Patrangers. So that's something to keep in mind. Straight out of the box, there's no final attack functions or anything like that for this. But that is it. If we do it again, I'll just do the summoning thing again. Like I said, to eject, black button, slides right out. So now, go ahead and bring in our Trigger Machine Ichigo, or Trigger Machine 1, depending on what you want to call him, and just slide him in. Swing down. And pull this trigger. So really cool. I really like the way that this looks in the Patranger mode. One, I like the sounds. The transformation sounds, I think, is really cool. Very fitting of the cops. And it looks really cool. I like the way this trigger functions. Basically, this trigger right here will make a little post pop out here, which will hit the normal trigger of the VS changer. So it's like a Goldberg machine of triggers. So very, very simple. But like I said, I do like the way it looks. It gives a nice trigger feel down here. I like the way it looks overall with the VS changer. You got the lights up here. You got this thing which kind of looks like eyes, which I think is kind of cool. I think kind of looks like a scope right there. I think it ends up looking a little bit cooler than the Lupin Rangers version of this, so to speak. But like the Lupin Ranger one, you do have a different firing sound, which sounds like a more realistic sort of pistol or something. Which is, again, very fitting of the cops. So, pretty cool. And of course, there's also summoning sounds for the trigger machines. Hold that down. And now Trigger Machine Ichigo is large, in charge, and rideable, and combinable, and all that fun stuff. So, like I said, that is it for the functions of this black button. You will slide right out, and you are good to go. So that is it for the functions of everything straight out of the box. Like I said, Good Striker will come out, and that'll give us our mecha body, so we can make Lupin Kaiser and Patranger. It'll also attach to the VS Changer, so we'll get final attack functions. So come March, we'll have a lot more things to do with this than we do right now. But very cool. I like the fact that they released the same toy in two different style boxes, so that kids that like the Patrangers could buy the one with the Trigger Machine Ichigo, while the kids that like the Lupinrangers can get the one with the Red Dial Fighter. And it just kind of works. And both, like I said, are available separately, so if you buy one, you're not missing out on the other. You don't need to get two VS Changers or anything like that. So it's a really neat way of being able to add some variety to the toy line while not flooding the market with a whole bunch of toys at one time. So definitely really cool. We will take a look at the other Dial Fighters and the other Trigger Machines in separate videos as we prepare for the Good Striker arrival. But overall, very cool. I like the way it looks. I wish it did a little bit more straight out of the box, but that's kind of one of the things with the Sentai Changers now, is that they don't always have a whole bunch of functionality right out of the box. So again, a little bit of a shame, but I like the way it looks. I like the way it functions with both teams while doing quite the same thing. It feels a little bit different based on the way you turn it and the sounds that it makes and all that fun stuff. So I do like the way they pulled it off. It's not my favorite looking device by any means, but it's definitely pretty fun. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great one. Bye. So earlier in the video I mentioned that this VS Changer could be yours. In the video I opened up the Lupin Red Set as well as the individual release of the Trigger Machine Ichigo, and so I've got this VS Changer Patren Ichigo set just kind of sitting here, and includes the VS Changer itself as well as the Trigger Machine Ichigo. So I don't really need it. It's still sealed. It's just sitting here, and now it can be yours. So I originally intended this giveaway to be for my Patreon subscribers. Patreon is a platform in which you can pledge to help support growing channels and all of that fun stuff. So if you do want to check that out, there's a link down in the description below for you to do so. But I've opened up this giveaway for everybody, because that's just how a giveaway should work. So here we are. So to enter, it's going to be very simple. All you have to do is enter down below in the comments if you are Team Lupinranger or Team Patranger. Very, very simple. And if you want to, you can explain why. It doesn't particularly matter, but it'll be fun to know. I'm very curious where my subscribers lie in terms of allegiance on these sides. So very, very cool. So all you have to do is enter in the comments down below. I will compile a list of names, and I will draw to win, or draw to see who wins, rather, around March 1st, give or take. So very cool. Good luck to all those that enter. But I was kind of sitting here, and I thought, like, what if somebody doesn't particularly like the Patrangers? What if they like the Lupinrangers more? So here we go. As you can see, we have the DX Red Dial Fighter in this giveaway as well. So the winner will receive the VS Changer Patren Ichigo set, which includes the VS Changer and the Trigger Machine Ichigo, as well as the DX Red Dial Fighter. So you can do everything that I did in this video through this giveaway. So good luck to all those that enter. Again, just poke in the comments whether you are Team Lupinranger or Team Patranger. I'll be drawing the winner around March 1st. So good luck to everybody, and a huge thanks to all those that support me on this channel, and extra thanks to all those that support me on Patreon. Couldn't do stuff like this without you guys. So huge, huge thanks, and as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Joey, Mr. Mike, Joshua, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.